Anything else? Are you?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm here at the 72nd Servers game, and I've got this the 124th and 36th Squadron thing. What's going on?
click on Osan Air Base, and then choose 47.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. I'm gonna put the server in. You guys got 10 minutes. Let's do it.
Can we get a Fox 2 check and just make sure everyone's on the server first?
Okay. Hold on. Let me do that. I'm actually disconnected myself for some reason.
Do update your bandwidth before you come back in.
Yeah, I'm not sure what my bandwidth is, but let's see. That'll work. Let's start Tornado 9. You can start the Fox 2 if you want. Except for I'm not in, so it's...
Yeah, I'll wait until I see everyone in the server.
Is there an INI
There is. It's
on a zip file or where?
where did I put the package stuff? I think I put it in the
It's all in flight briefings.
flight briefings. There you go. Alright, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in the server. So we need 3 more.
Coming in.
Looking for Kite and looking for Old Goat.
Yeah, and I'm locked up for some reason. I'm gonna do a reboot.
I don't see Duke on the server.
Yeah, Duke's not in either.
Jimbo, next question. You want 2 minutes of coverage, 20 seconds each. That's 6 missiles, but you want 2 SAMs. So that would be 12 missiles, which we can't do, or you want like 1 minute coverage, 1 SAM, and 1 minute coverage, another SAM.
That's correct.
Okay, so like first the SA4, then the SA2, or do you have a preference?
Yeah, SA4 at 6:58, 1 minute coverage, 20-second intervals, and then 1 minute later, 6:59, he'll start the SA2. And then your fourth guy or whoever you designate. Well, it doesn't. I don't care how you do it, but just and then have 2 missiles available for the SA5.
Okay.
All right, who are we waiting on? I think that's it. Let's do a Fox 2.
Tornado 9 or 1.
On 2.
Warhawk 9-1.
2.
Cyborg 9-1.
Cyborg 9-2.
Tracker 9 and 1.
Cyborg 9-3.
Tracker 9.
Tracker 9 and 1.
Nine two.
Yeah, my computer's crashed. I got to reboot.
Tracker 9-3.
9-4.
Beast 9.
Got it. Panther 9-1.
Panther 9-2.
All right, the only person I didn't hear obviously was Shark. He's rebooting. Stretch, did you get all your whole flight? Because I missed 3 and 4 on you.
Goat got stepped
Cyborg
on, but I
9-3.
heard him.
Copy.
Yeah, Goat got stepped on again. He's just getting stepped on.
Yeah, good. That's perfect for him. All right, so you'll wait for Shark. I'll give you like 2 more minutes. He can come in, then I'll start the server. Everybody, go ahead and start briefing.
Okay. Plan's going to be as follows, guys. Steer point 3 represents 45 miles out. Steer point 4 represents 40 miles out. So please try to get your first shot off by 3 and your second shot off by 4. Try to time it so that you do that. Time on targets will be assigned as follows. Sorry, steer point 5 is the SA2. Steer point 6.
Can you pause, because I'm still coming in.
All right.
Shark, are you good to go here?
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, we're briefing. Okay, steer point 3. All right, steer point 3 is 45 miles. Steer point 4 is 40 miles. Try to get your first shot off by 3, your second shot off by 4. Steer point 5 is the SA2, and steer point 6 we think is the SA4. So time and target assignments will be as follows. I will be launching against steer point 5 with my first TOT at steer point 6 at 06:58:30, and my second TOT at 06:58:50. Let's see how we're going to do this, actually. Someone's going to have to switch targets halfway through. I don't think there's a way around that, unfortunately. Okay, who wants to do... Raymond, you feel like switching targets halfway through?
Sure.
All right, Raymond. Your first target is going to be steer point 6 at 06:59:10. Your second target is going to be steer point 5 at 06:59.
30.
Goat, your first target is going to be, or both targets are going to be steer point 5. Your first time on target is 06:59:50. Your second time on target is 07:00:10.
Hey, Stretch. It's right. You cut out on that second target. You said 6:59. I didn't get the last. The first one's 6:59:10. What was the second?
Your second target is steer point 5, and your second time on target is 06:59:30.
Copy.
Goat, you are going to be launching against steer point 5, both targets, and your first time on target is 06:59:50, and then it's 07:00.
You're cutting out.
I'm still cutting out?
Just the
thing you
last
said.
words.
Okay, everyone read back your steer points and targets quickly now, starting with Rain.
All right. 2 is steer point 6, 6:59:10, and steer point 5, 6:59:30.
Okay, go.
3 is steer point 5, 06:59:50, steer point 5, 07:00:10.
Okay, perfect. All right, Shark, you're going to be our basically our personal wild weasel. We'll call on Victor if I need you to take any shots of opportunity. Otherwise, just use your own discretion. You're this can be comms out, so you're cleared to engage at your discretion. If you do engage, you're free to leave Goat as your -3. Otherwise, remain in fighting wing.
Yep.
All right. I think that's about it. Everything else is covered. We know how to do it. Like I said, expect to have to fly the Incheon transition for that Anyang arrival. You remember in training, Jambo said he was going to do something funky with Osan, so I'm kind of expecting to have to land at Seosan, so I have the charts up for departure, since it's going to be inclement weather. Did you guys want to fly a DP, or do you think you can just do like a radar-assisted trail and join?
I can do either.
I don't know how bad it's gonna be, but if he said it's actually bad, then probably just a TWS trail or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's bad. On takeoff, the cloud base is 0, so it's going to be inclement. And then the let's see, I don't know what the tops are. So you don't feel like flying the, I think I had the Mustang 4 would be the one. No, Dragon. Yeah, okay, well, let's skip it. That didn't even take us in the right direction anyway. Okay, we'll do a radar-assisted trail departure, so just 30-second intervals, so just wait 30 seconds. You can start taking the runway prior to 30 seconds, and then just depart and lock the guy up ahead of you in trail. You can turn down the RWR if it gets annoying. Once we're above the clouds, join up Fighting Wing and Element Trail. Anyone have any other questions?
So just take us through once we're Winchester here, or I guess we'd say Nevada. What just form up and we'll just do 2 element kind of sweeps.
It's Arizona, but yeah.
Arizona, sorry.
Yeah, once we're Arizona, we'll go back steer 7 and 8 as our cap, and yeah, we'll just set up the cap like we did in training, counter rotating with elements and Fighting Wing, and you know, just hits on the data link as you need to maintain the cap. Otherwise, just try to do it visually or using the radar. And remember, we only have responsibility for anything 20,000 and up.
And one last yardstick.
As in the brief, 33 and 66.
So, are we doing this like we did at 4-ship last time? So I'll like go out in kind of like a trail or something, or should I just stick with you?
You're to the -3, so you're going to be an element trail for most of the ingress, and then you're cleared to split at your discretion, and just, you know, maintain separation from me when we launch at steer 3 and 4, and then yeah, work the cap steer 7 and 8. Use the data link as necessary to work the counter rotating cap. Oh, altitude assignments. I wasn't given any from Jambo, so it'd be the same as the briefing. First element gets angels, what was it, 24? Second element gets angels 25. Is that what we did in training?
Yep.
Okay, first element is angels 24, second element's angels 25, and wingmen can stack 500 feet higher for separation at their discretion.
Missed the Joker bingo stretch, sorry.
It's all in the briefing. 5,000, 4,100.
Let's do it.
All right. Feel free to. Clock is running and servers in the pit, so feel free to take off taxi and watch the countdown.
Take off taxi, not ramping.
Take off. I've been flying with Sean too long. Take off ramp.
All right, listen up.
Do we have to set it to 64x, or just sit here for 7 minutes?
No, we just sit here. We were given 10 minutes to brief, and this is why, because Jambo is having the server go into the pit early.
All right.
But feel free to take the time to fly the mission in your head, and if there's anything that's not crystal clear, just speak up now.
So go over the element. So we're gonna take off, and what's your point? Did you want me to split off at?
Your discretion.
And should I be a certain distance, or?
This 1 mile trail is fine with the wingman and fighting wing.
All right.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, as we get closer to steer 3 and 4, like, you know, work the speed and timing so that you know, so that your launch is on time. So don't, you know.
All right, and
just
so we're doing 350 knots and just whatever time.
300. Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, it'll be 350 knots on the climb out, and so that. Because we're not going to be doing a rejoin, so we'll just do 350 knots the whole time.
Or I mean, upon harm launch.
Jambo didn't say, but yeah, let's go with training. 350 knots on the harm launch.
All right.
And remember, don't adjust your times. I've already adjusted your times, so what you see is what you get in terms of time on target.
So they were talking about on the IDM about the demand mode. So we'll just all, including me, I'll just stay on demand.
Yeah, don't touch
Alright.
your IDM settings. Stay on demand.
Well,
you
the
get
default
lost-
one is assigned, so I'll just switch it to demand and leave everything alone.
Yeah, assigned demand. It honestly doesn't make a difference, really. That just comes into play with when you like assign targets. But yeah, you can set it to demand.
Okay.
We coming back, An Yang.
Yeah.
Direct.
I'll take us to Incheon. Be prepared. Have Incheon in your TACAN, and I'll take us there. But we'll be talking by then, so we'll coordinate that.
Who's considered mission commander if there is one?
Oh, Jambo.
Or like the call sign, I guess.
I don't know. He likes to be awesome one, so you can just say that. I don't know. Or you can just say, what is he? Is he Tornado 9? No. He's Warhawk 9? Panther 9? I forget what he is.
He might be with Beast.
Oh.
Actually, no, he's...
I think he's Panther 9.
Okay. You can just call him that. Say Panther 9 actual.
So you'll clear us the engine start, like the SOP, the new one, right?
No, we just check in on Victor, and once you hear all 4 check-ins, you start. And that's when we stop talking.
Victor or uniform?
Sorry, Uniform 1.
Alright.
So in the pit, Uniform 1, listen for Cyborg 9-1, just say 234, and then we start.
And hot starts.
Anything goes wrong, just talk.
So I haven't done the An Yang approach. So you're going to take us to Incheon, stretch, and then we're going to go 106 to An Yang. Then we're going to come south to Osan. Is that how it works?
No, in real life, you don't switch. You go outbound on the one TACAN, and then you switch when you're halfway. So when the DME reads 13 miles, because it's a 26-mile leg, you would switch to 102.
Copy.
So, yeah, so 106 outbound from Incheon at 13 miles, switch to 102, and then it would be the same radial 106, but now inbound another 13 miles. Same thing for the leg to Osan.
So when do we switch to 94?
Half of 23, so at
Got it.
yeah, 11.
11 and a half, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's going to go quickly in the F-16, but I'll try to slow us down.
So just to make sure, the targets are the SA4s?
That's an SA4 and an SA2. So you, like, I signed steer point 5 is the SA2 and steer point 6 is the SA4. I assigned it based on steer point, so just shoot at your steer point.
Alright. But we have to set the modes and all that.
Yeah, it's going to be just like we did in training. POS mode, EOM.
Not PB?
Oh, or PB, I don't remember. Were we supposed to do PB?
PB.
We were
Yeah.
doing pre-brief.
Oh, that
Pre-beef.
makes sense. Yeah,
Or
get the
OEM.
yeah.
OEM works the same, but pre-beef is okay.
All right. Okay, POS mode PB.
So what was the plan with 4 again? So if we all shoot our three just shoot all missiles, what happens next with 4?
He keeps
Five.
his. Yeah, he's gonna shoot at whatever he sees as a threat to the flight, or at his discretion. We're not gonna have comms, so I'm just gonna give him latitude to shoot at whatever.
Alright.
Panther 1-2.
Cyborg 9, check in.
2.
3.
4.
Under 2.
Ops, Tornado 9, cranking.
Pull up. Altitude. Warning. Jammer. Counter. Chaff.
Record 901.
Low.
Tracker
Out. Lock. IFS. Caution. Bingo.
2.
1. Data. 1. 2. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1.
Confirm backup 1, Warhawk 9-1.
Tracker 9-3.
Tracker 9-4. Tracker 9-2. Tracker 9. Start up. Warhawk 9-1. Warhawk 9-2.
Runway 09. Expect instrument approach. Wind 031 degrees. 23 knots. Gusts 39. Snow. Visibility 1 kilometers. Sky conditions. Clouds. Overcast 400 feet. Temperature 05 degrees Celsius. Altimeter 294 inches. Information Foxtrot. Runway 09. Expect instrument approach. Wind 031 degrees. 23 knots. Gusts 39. Snow. Visibility 1 kilometers. Sky conditions. Clouds. Overcast 400 feet. Temperature 05 degrees Celsius. Altimeter 294 inches.
Hey, Go, are you in the pit? Is everything okay?
Yeah, what Victor are you on? I'm not hearing anyone.
We're on 17. We just started taxiing. 4's waiting for you.
Back, please.
Okay, we're out of sequence, but that's okay.
I give it back.
Take it again.
I'll give it back.
Okay, 3 and 4, work it out. Continue.
Three, you still dragging your shocks?
Nope.
Okay.
Panther, 901, Osan Tower. You're out of line, mister. Contact the stop when you land.
Ooh, I got a monkey coming across our right one. No, looks like a human.
Panther, 902, Osan Tower. You're out of line, mister. Contact the stop when you land.
Who are those two?
Probably stragglers.
Tracker, 901, Osan Tower. You're out of line, mister. Contact the stop when you land. Tracker, 901, contact departure. Tracker, 902, Osan Tower. You're out of line, mister. Contact the stop when you land. Tracker, 902, contact departure.
No, 2, hold your position. We're doing this single shift. I don't like these lineups when it's low visibility. You can't see
Tracker,
who
904, Osan Tower. You're out of line, mister. Contact the stop when you land.
30-second interval.
Tracker, 904, contact departure. Cyborg 901, Osan Tower. You're out of line, mister. Contact the stop when you land. Cyborg 901, contact departure.
Cyborg 901. Cyborg 901, Osan approach you, page 2944. Tornado 9, Osan, departure. Depart heading 310. Resume on navigation. East 9, Osan, departure. Depart heading 270. Resume on navigation.
have anything.
Okay, take it out. When you get closer,
Staff,
just press
flare.
towards it.
What threat?
5, okay, that's way out there. Okay, got it.
Okay, you should be able to get closer if you avoid the SA2.
Staff, flare.
Magnum.
K2 and 3, we're going to park it here until we can confirm the 5 is down, or we make the decision to press regardless.
1 minute. Four depending. Four's going to the deck.
Four, go uniform 6 so I get data link.
He's blind.
Angels 2-4 left hand turn. 2 continue left hand turn. Find my contrail. Four status.
Visual.
You're rejoining.
If you're in a left-hand turn.
Okay. Still getting pinged
Staff,
from the 5.
flare.
We'll hold here. We'll go in if we have to.
Staff,
Yeah, enough.
flare.
Take another shot at it.
Tracker 9. Good job.
Two confirm visual.
2 looks like he's coming underneath you right now. Visual. On 3 and 4 though. Stand up.
3 is visual, I'm going high, I'm going 120.
Tracker 9-1, Sentry 1, contact is friendly.
One say heading.
Turning through 350. Five is quiet. Press.
Alright, 2's with 3 and 4. Coming to you.
retrograde east. Alright, I have a flick his fault and still go.
Tracker 9-2, Sentry 1, contact confirmed hostile. ID is J5.
To confirm visual.
Who's visual? You're east.
Tracker 9-1, Sentry 1, contact confirmed hostile. ID is J5.
Towards Arizona.
Say again, 4.
Arizona.
Stay air cover.
Cyborg 9, Sentry 1, nearest threat, bullseye 338 70 26,000. Dragon, Outlaw, print MiG-29s, 2-ship. Tracker 9-2, Sentry 1, contact is friendly. Cyborg 9, Sentry 1, nearest threat, Brawl 20524 4000. Tracking, hostile, print, MiG-21s, 2 ship.
Nail, MiG-21, bearing 120. Or where are you at?
Turning to 120.
It's from steer point 4, bearing 120.
Do you have a bullseye?
Stand by. He's right on top of me.
Flare.
He's very low.
Chaff. Flare. Chaff.
Maybe Arizona turning out defensive AAA.
Threat, Brawl 24011 14,000. Tracking, hostile, print, MiG-21s, 2 ship.
Larry, I can't get to him.
240, coming through.
Chaff. Flare. Chaff.
Pressing to the
Flare.
cap.
Chaff. Flare. Chaff. Flare. Chaff. Flare. Chaff. Flare. Chaff. Flare. Caution. Caution.
Tracker 9-1, Sentry 1. Picture is 2 groups. Range split. Lead group.
Two, what's your status?
2, 8, 5,
2 side,
5,
track
8,000.
41.
Southeast. Hostile. Trail group. Bullseye. 2,
Fox
9,
3,
0,
Angels
5,
6.
1, 17,000. Pure ball.
Angels 1-6.
to pre-flight plan.
Or you need any help?
He's on my face, on my rear.
Sentry 1, nearest
Defensive.
Red Golf 1, 10,
Alright, put my notes down.
3, 10,000. Hostile print, MiG-21, Singleton.
And males MiG-23.
We need to get out of here.
Yeah, he's in a turning. We're in a turning fight.
Alright, coming down altitude.
13.
4, you merged?
I'm having to go back and forth. 23's on my tail.
The clouds.
I'm still in the clouds. Turn on my 21's on my tail, heading out, heading toward the southeast. Diving. Come past me now too.
4, you merged, and is your music on?
Music's on agency. Turning back in now.
Heading,
Altitude.
give me a heading.
Altitude.
I'm in the southwest, crescent southeast, turning back in towards, around to the south and back in on
Altitude.
Fox 3, MiG-23.
5,000.
Splash.
Who's defensive?
3, splash MiG-21. There's a MiG-23 left.
Alright, I'm
And Fox.
Fox 3. 294, 56, Angel 6.
Panther 9-2, Sentry 1, contact confirmed hostile. ID is MiG-23.
Who's defensive?
I'm in AA here, going back up.
9-2, Sentry 1, contact confirmed hostile. ID is MiG-23.
Hit us southeast, climbing 2 Angels 9 now.
3, defensive missile.
Ray gun 281, 49, 12,000.
Buddy lock. Buddy spike.
Who's running south?
Alright, watch the AAA on the way to the cap. Be engaged. Cyborg 9, confirm clear and naked.
3, missile defeated.
Panther 9-2, Sentry 1, Fureball 2, Friendly 1, Bandit.
Who's Joker?
Anybody saw the MiG-23 on their rock?
1, contact is friendly.
Negative. 2 negative.
Panther 9-2,
3 negative.
1, contact is friendly.
Okay, let's ops check 1, 6.4.
2's 5.9.
3, 5.3.
4, 2.1.
K4 RTB.
One, are we capping, or?
Play big time, is that you one?
Yeah, that's me. I'm reversing. Cut it. To the north, we get the AAA. TB with 3, or can you go back alone?
Altitude. Altitude.
Fort, you there?
Yep.
Do you need the RTB with 3, or can you go back alone?
We go back alone.
Roger.
Damn.
get past this AAA. I'm in the cap, flowing between steer. I can't change my steer points. I don't remember. I'm flowing between the cap steer points.
Copy, I have visual.
K3, and you're good on the rejoin?
3.
Confirm Arizona.
3 Arizona.
2. Uh-oh. Data link's messed up. I'm gonna have to find you.
Affirm, I have negative data link, negative DTE. I can't, actually stand by. Let me try to put it on the HUD. Roger, I'm over steer 3. I'm going to start back towards steer 4. Okay. My DED is gone. I don't think I can tune PAC-AN, so I'm going to have to be handheld back to base. We'll worry about that when we get there. And I'm unable to change steer point.
3 has good jet.
Good jet.
Roger. When we go back, I'll just be in tight formation with 2, which is going to be hard because my flick has problems, but we'll try to make it work.
2 is bingo.
Alright, time to go back then. Wait, 2, say your fuel.
5. Negative. I am Joker.
Yeah, you're Joker, okay.
Lost you again.
Angels 27, over steer 3, right turn to steer 4.
2 go to steer point 8.
2.
Oh, sorry, yeah, no. I don't know the steer point. Recommend you get here as high and fast as possible because of AAA.
2.
And you'll probably be bingo when you get here, so we'll have to RTB.
Markers in front of me.
Information Golf is 090, some approach. Winds 031, 37 gust to 50, 4 miles visibility, correction, 7 mile visibility. 400 feet overcast, 2944. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to survive that landing with my slickest issues.
3, how's the rejoin coming?
I'm 11 miles out to your north.
I should go to Sosan. I should go to Sosan.
Nail, MiG-29. I think I have him on the radar.
Yeah, at my 6.
Send data.
He's over the SA-2s.
Okay, Raygun 29035. Nope, that's him. Alright, 2, do you have him?
Turning on him right now, negative.
3, do you have him?
Negative.
Okay, I'm gonna take the first shot, guys. Pick him up.
I got him. There's 2 groups. Or two in the group.
Okay, Fox 3 long. No, there's not 2 in the group. I think one's Raymond. Be careful.
Copy.
3 is sorted, MiG-29. 2, are you merged?
I'm in a ring, but oh, got visual, yes. I got a 2-ship.
I've got a 2-ship. Which one is...
Someone just got a kill.
Okay, that's 1 kill. Fox 3 on the 2nd kill.
Visual on you, your 6 is clear.
Engage defensive 267 for 36, MiG-29's high.
Cyborg 9, we're on it.
Splash. You got it. Grand Slam.
Bingo.
I still got 1 on the raw. I'm going out. Okay, I'm naked now. Buddy spike, buddy spike.
Buddy lock.
Alright, confirm everyone's naked.
2.
3.
Then a left-hand turn.
3.
Alright, 3, I'm low in your 6.
Grand Slam, MiG-29. Okay, guys, let's reset back to the caps at RTB. Ops check 1, 5.4.
2, 4.5.
3, 4.1, bingo.
I'll flight Cyborg 9 and bingo over RTB.
And that's just changing to
Tornado 9 Miller time.
Dig in 4.
Susan is landing runway 02, 013, 30 knots, gust of 50, 10 kilometers, 500 feet overcast.
On our arrival. See you guys.
Roger. Cyborg 9, we're going to divert to Season because of avionics issues. Okay, guys, we're going to divert to Season. Let's rejoin. Chatter mark is over. And somebody do a round, please, so I can see where people are.
3.
2.
Excellent. Okay. 2, once you rejoin, I'm going to give you lead, and you're going to do the RTB.
Great.
3, visual 1, 2. I'm on your 6 o'clock high.
Tornado 9, Sentry 1, no takers available.
Well, that was a crazy mission. Alright, I'm accelerating too. Just let me know when you pass and I'll give you lead.
Off mark.
And 3, confirm you can fly the approach and trail, and I can just buddy up with 2. That works for you.
3.
Great.
Alright, 52 X-ray. Just tack in.
Yeah, and remember, we're going to Seasong, so you'll follow the Anyang arrival to Mustang, and then from there to Seasong.
Great.
Yeah, if you get one
Tornado
confused,
9
just
Century.
line,
1
figure it
Anchor
out, and try
Texaco.
again.
1 Bullseye. 1 4 8 6 6 Tackhand Channel. United Yankee. Tornado 9 Century. 1 Anchor Texaco. 1 Uniform. 2 9 3 4 5.
Got visual 1.
Roger.
Alright. Coming left for Anyang.
Okay, visual 2, you just passed me on the right.
2.
Okay, 2, you have lean on the right. Just be gentle with your maneuvering. I've got a really uncontrollable aircraft.
Copy, I'm gonna hold 300 knots. Fuel.
Hey, which file is that in the briefing?
It's not a separate file to download.
Alright, so I'm gonna tell you the truth, Stretch. I'm confused. I can get us to Anyang on a 164 radial, but from that point on, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Alright, I'll try to help you while I fly this thing. But if we go in the clouds, I'm going to have to be in tight formation. I can't just keep tabbing out.
Copy.
Stand by, overshot.
Got it.
230.
Yep, speeding up. Sorry.
And when you get a chance, fantastic, get all your lights on. Okay, here's a possibility. What we could do is we could fly the Anyang arrival but remain above the cloud deck, fly to the hold, and then descend in the hold. Do you think we could do that?
Sure.
Alright, then Alright,
What holds are we going to?
stand by. Let me, the Citizen ILS probably has a hold. Yeah, we can fly the hold at SAP key for Citizen.
Copy that.
Alright, stand by. Let me talk you onto the Anyang. Okay, fly direct to Incheon 85 X-ray.
5 X-ray.
Yeah, give me a distance readout when you can. And try to maintain 300 knots for me.
Alright, I got a 17 miles, 85 X-ray.
Alright. Set your course bug to 106, fly direct, and then fly outbound 106 when you get there. Okay, and confirm you're in TACAN mode too.
TACAN.
Because I don't have the backup TACAN controls, and I also don't have a TACAN page on my FCR, so I'm not, or on my MFD.
Beast 9 or RTB.
So I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to tune my TACAN.
Alright, 12 miles out.
Okay, get ready to make a turn to 106 once you cross.
We are right on the 106 heading.
Okay, then we'll just cross and continue.
Still got visual on me?
Okay, firm. Pro tip, you might want to get the next TACAN dialed in, but don't hit enter, so all you have to do is hit enter when it comes time to switch.
Next TACAN is
102. descent too. We'll try to get lower towards the cloud deck, but let's not go in it.
2. Five miles. Contrails on my nose.
It's probably tracker. You don't have to read out every distance.
I'm just telling you. All right.
We're taking left side. Try to hold 300 knots. I know that it would help me to hold 300 knots.
All right. 102. Coming right. Oh, it's 102 is still on the nose. 22 miles.
Yeah, don't switch yet. We overflew the TACAN, right?
Yes.
Okay, don't switch yet. Stay on the old tech. Fly 12 miles and switch when we're at 12. So stay on 85, have 102 queued up.
Copy.
Let me know when we're 12 miles.
Copy. Whoa.
Yeah, we'll be dealing with more of that.
Still in a slight descent.
Okay, keep it coming. You guys remember when we broke out altitude-wise?
16, I thought.
Okay. Level at 17.
12 miles.
Okay, swap. Flying inbound. Verify we're still on course.
Still on course, 14 miles.
Alright, 94 X-ray, get it queued up. Don't switch. Let me know when we're about 5 miles. Current TACAN.
2. Got a little fast.
Aircraft.
Should be coming up on 5 soon.
7.
Right.
Leveling at 17.5.
Okay, there might be an aircraft on the runway 02 right.
All right, 5 miles.
Came in, looks like the gears
Set
clipped.
course. Set course 164. When you overfly,
So I went ahead and exited. I don't know if you'll take it off.
164. Stand by. We got to talk through this. It's pretty intensive. Right, did you get all that?
Turning course 164.
Yeah, set course 164. Turn to intercept 164 when you're about 2 miles.
Copy. Turning 164. 2 miles.
Right, intercept 164 outbound.
Needles to go is what you're saying?
Say again?
TACAN are we on?
Still on 102. I didn't say change TACAN. Watch your speed. Speed up.
Copy 102.
Blocked.
One of you should be
Blocked.
bound.
Coming 164 outbound right now. Take a right.
Roger. Let me know when you're about 10 miles out.
So I'm 3 miles on the 164 radial right now.
Okay, that number should be increasing.
Damn it. Yes.
Okay. We're established 164.
Yeah, stand by. Just getting my turn here correct. Couple S turns here. Alright, 5 miles out. 164.
Roger, let me know at 10.
Slight correction to the right.
Queue up 94, don't hit enter.
Miles.
Okay, with swap, don't change your course. Should be inbound to Osan 94.
94, 12 miles. Still on the 164.
Affirmative. We should be on course. Let me know when we're about a mile or two from crossing it.
Alright, checking right a bit.
What's our distance to Osan?
4.
Roger.
3.
Okay, set course 186, but continue flying direct to Osan.
2.
Alright, once we cross Osan, fly heading 186 and intercept the course.
2.
Bingo.
Alright, overflying, turning 186.
Alright, intercept the course. And let me know when so we're going to turn at 25 DME. Let me know when we're about 22 DME.
Alright, on the 186.
Queue up 52 X-ray and confirm your ILS is on.
ILS is on 52 X-ray teed up.
Actually, yeah, clear the scratch pad, or you don't have to clear the scratch pad, but we're going to tune the ILS. Frequency is 111.5. Course is 020. Let me know when you got that.
Got it. 52 is teed up. 11 miles.
Roger. Let's push 25395. And I can't change my frequencies without switching to my backup, and I'll lose VHF if I do that. So you guys are gonna have to do the calls for me.
So uniform 25395.
Affirm. That's approach.
Who's in?
3, how's it going back there?
3. I'm good.
Alright, I'm just gonna leave you alone for the rest of the flight then.
Good morning. After 901, Amy approach. Continuing now, the straight in approach. Runway 02 right. Welcome back.
Just on approach, Panther 1 departing Zepke, high tech and 2 left.
Alright, it's going to be about a 90-degree right turn at 25 DME, so we're going to start that at like 23 DME. We're going to start that right turn, so let me know.
21.
Airspace contact me 30 miles out.
Alright, 23 DME. Start right hand turn.
Okay, right, heading 275 and swap to 52. And set your course to 275 when you get a chance to intercept that
9
course.
is on the high tech and 2 left.
We should be inbound towards Saison.
Amy traffic. Cyborg 9 inbound.
Cyber 9, Panther 9 is on the high tech and 2 left.
We had some trouble with Saison in the training, so confirm you got good needles.
I'm standby. Ready. And I'm showing Saison is straight ahead 274.
Great, watch your speed, you're slow.
25 DME.
Roger, good. Alright, so continue course 275 to Saison. Let me know when we're about 5 miles out.
Hold on, are we doing the ILS or the TACAN?
We're doing the ILS, but the approach, the arrival requires us to overfly Saison and then fly outbound to Sapke, so we're going to burn all that gas.
Alright.
Buddy spike, buddy spike.
Yeah, buddy lock.
Okay, you were trying to tell us one of the runways is fouled and we should take 02 right?
No, when I landed, the gears must have collapsed, and I went ahead and exited. I don't know if that means the airplane is gone or not.
Going to tower, Panther 9.
I assume it would.
But you landed on 02, right?
Right.
Okay, I'll try to get a visual on the runway if the cloud deck isn't too low, and we'll plan to sidestep 02 left if necessary. Do you remember, were you on the center line or left or right side?
Center line. Best place to be.
It's 02 left or 20 right.
Negative, we're
It did
flying
kind of
the
move over
ILS.
to the left by itself.
I've got the ILS for 02 right queued up.
Copy, 14 miles.
I hope this works. I'm not going to have a whole lot of fuel for a second attempt.
Yeah, me neither. Thank you for rescuing me, Stretch.
Yeah, but once we get in the clouds, you're going to have to do it.
Yep. So I'm trying to figure out this is an arc.
No, we're not arcing. If we were arcing, we'd have have the TACAN on our 90-degree bearing. The TACAN's directly ahead of us.
Straight in, I got traffic on the nose.
Yeah, if you're flying directly to or away, we are on a radial, not an arc.
Okay. 10 miles.
Check speed.
Damn.
Are you two going to do the hold at a sap key?
Yeah, we're going to set that up. We're going to descend in the hold so that I can just be completely padlocked when we get into the cloud.
3.
If you want 3, if you've got this, you can start your descent now and arrive at Sapke at the IAF altitude and just go ahead of us.
3.
Just let me know if that's what you plan to do.
I'll... Give me 1 minute.
Miles.
2
1 minute.
saying it.
6 miles.
Roger, 3 saying it.
Give me 1 minute to decide.
Okay, TACAN's going to my 3 o'clock, 4 miles.
Whoa, hold on. We should have been on bearing. Okay, let's start a left turn 135, heading 1.
Turn 135.
Okay, set course 135 when you can.
Panther 901, execute missed approach, clearance cancel. Vector 190, contact approach for resequencing.
Coming 135.
Can you handle the teardrop entry, or you want me to talk you through that too?
Probably can, but talk me through it. Alright, am I trying to pick up the radial 135?
Yes. Yeah, keep turning as necessary to pick up course outbound, yes.
Yep, copy. Hang on, I'm just checking the needles right now. I'm flowing 222, 90 degrees to the radial.
3's headed to sap key. I'll go out ahead.
Roger.
You probably hook up with 3.
Negative. He's going to go into the clouds early. I need to stay with you.
Alright, I'm 9 miles and still no needles.
Okay. So you see the pointer to the TACAN, right? That's closing in on the course arrow.
Pointer to the TACAN is behind us.
So we're heading away from the TACAN?
Yes.
What's our distance?
11.
Okay, SAPKey is 12 DME, so we screwed something up because we're almost about to get to SAP. Let's do a return.
Say again.
Sap key should be at your east.
Alright, let's start a right 316.
Direct south key if you want.
Get a clearance before landing.
How are you going to take us direct to SAP?
I can hand jam the coordinates in.
35310.
Well, something went wrong there, but we'll fix it.
Yep, stand by. In the clouds, coming back up.
Visual. Let's stay at 16.
Alright, why am I not showing a heading to SAP?
May approach. Q H2932.
Alright, coming left.
Pointed at SAPKey, let me know.
Copy, it's coming around Saturday, coming around to our 9.
Approximately how far away is it?
21 miles.
Oh shit.
We were probably on the right thing here.
What I don't have is the frequencies. Are we on Seosan's approach?
Yes, you should be on Seosan approach and talking about your hold entry there.
Alright.
Make sure your altitude's clear.
Alright, here we go. SAP key is 20 miles out on a 070.
Roger, okay, let me calculate the hold for this heading.
Hemi approach. Cyborg
Alright, it's gonna be a
9-3.
teardrop entry.
Inbound to Sapke hold.
Right subtract. Subtract
Entering
from
the hold
outbound,
at
heading 30.
14,000.
So once we cross Sapke, head outbound 105.
Copy, outbound 105.
Yeah, and, we'll start a 1 minute timer once we cross Sapke, and we'll fly outbound heading 105 for 1 minute. Then we'll make a right turn to re-intercept inbound to Sapke.
Copy.
And you can work the nav and TACAN modes to make this work, right?
Yeah. So let's see, Sapke is 135315.
Affirmative. Yeah, you should set your course to 315 because that's going to be the inbound leg on the hold.
Mile.
Hemi approach. Cyborg 9-3. Entering the hold at 10,000 for Sapke.
Miles.
Alright, at some point give him a call, let him know how far you are from Sapke and your altitude.
Big Cyborg 9, 11 miles out of Sapke, 17, Angel 17.
Is there anyone else diverting to CSON?
Don't think so.
Good. Screw up and not hit anyone.
7 miles out of Sapke. 11 miles out of Seosan. Looking for the 315 radial.
So what we're going to do, this is going to be a teardrop entry, so we're going to cross Sapke, fly outbound heading 105 for 1 minute, then make a right turn to intercept course 315. Got all that?
Copy, outbound 105, so it's a right-hand turn.
Yeah, that's a heading, not a radial. So 1 minute on a heading of 105, then a right-hand turn to intercept the course.
Cheetah 11, C-130.
All right, 3 miles, we're there.
17,000.
Okay, once we cross that feet upbound, heading 105.
Good morning, Cheetah 11. May approach. Welcome back. Vector split radar approach. Runway 02 right.
All right, turning 105.
44.
Okay, note the seconds on your clock.
Cheetah 11. Turn left heading 215. Descend to 10,000. Maintain 2209.
Got the radios moving too.
Okay. So you got course 315 dialed in and you're in TACAN mode?
Yes. 2. I'm headed 105.
Alright, when it's been a minute, right turn to intercept. Should be like somewhere between a 270 and a 360 to intercept because we're going to be going most of the way around the circle.
Copy that.
And let them know you entered the hole if you didn't already with your altitude.
Hemi traffic, Cyborg 9, hold intercept. Alright, let's do our right-hand turn for intercept.
Alright, once you've intercepted, I assume you can handle flying the hold and the rest of the approach?
Yep.
Okay, ask questions if you need to, and I'm going to snuggle up, and you can descend at your discretion.
Copy that.
If something goes wrong, please don't do anything aerobatic. There's no way I'm going to keep up with you.
Yep. Well, it's 12 miles where we can descend, so I'm just going to go right out of the hold.
Okay, just don't be too high or else we'll never catch up to this descent.
Alright, let's drop it down to 10,000.
Roger.
What's the open altitude at Sapke?
And
Hemi
you have to make a
approach.
call when you cross Sapke.
Cyborg 9-3. Establish at hold 10,000. Sapke.
Copy, Cyborg 9. 2 will be at 11.
Hey, I'm on Victor. Just so you know, there's a C-130 getting Vector to land, so I'm gonna at least orbit once.
Okay, feel free to switch runways if you have the cloud deck to do so.
3.
Alright, taking us down to 11. Stretch.
Roger. 250, don't need to rush it.
Yep, dropping my speed.
Just don't go throttle idle.
Copy that. Guess we're gonna have to do a circle.
What do you mean?
We're gonna have to stay in the hold. Goat's still in it.
No, Roger. I can't hear, so I don't know.
Alright, yeah, he's still in it. Alright, getting down to 11. Gotta make a little check left to be on the radial 315. DME 14. Coming left a bit. Throttling back 250. Alright, gonna start our right hand turn outbound.
Roger. Is it just go?
It's just go.
I think he's at 10 and we're going to 11.
We're at 11, he's at 10, correct. Hope he remembers to call, he's departing.
Well, he's on frequency with us, right?
Yeah.
T-11, orbit the spacing, 10,000.
Yeah, so there's a C-130 going to land, so I'm gonna hold at least one turn.
We don't have infinite fuel though, so
1-8, about 1,800 pounds.
Okay, 3 same.
of all the things I've done at BMS, this is surely the craziest.
Yeah. So we gotta do 315 cross the TACAN. Loop around, huh?
You should be holding at 12 DME, you should start your right turn outbound and then fly outbound for a minute, right turn inbound.
No, I know that.
Okay, good.
I'm talking about according to the 20 right. We fly the 315 right over the TACAN. I haven't studied this, so.
No, we're flying the ILS, dude. Minimums are too low for the TACAN. 600 is not enough. We need to go down to 200.
Right. We have to cross according to the, Oh, alright, we're not doing the height.
No, we're doing the ILS. From Sapke, we make an arc onto the ILS and then we fly the ILS down.
Copy that.
Yeah, the high TACAN only gets us down to 600. I don't think we're going to break out at 600.
So is it a left turn out of Sapke?
Yeah, it's a left turn. We're going to arc to the northwest to the ILS, the inbound course, and then we fly the ILS.
Or 20?
For 02.
02. Alright, we're going north. Got it.
I don't think there's an ILS for 20.
Hemi approach Cyborg 903, departing the hold at Sapke for DME arc, landing ILS 02 right.
Oh, and if you can, on approach, call to the QNH. It probably changed.
right heading 075. Descend to 5000. Runway 02 right. Cyborg 902. Hey, me approach. QH 2932.
2932. Alright, just getting this stuff done on 5.
Go. Have you left the hold yet?
A firm, I just reported then.
Good. And Raymond, your plan is to fly one more leg and then we do the whole?
Negative, I was gonna exit this one, we're 5 miles out.
Sounds good to me. Yep.
Low on fuel, so.
Same.
Alright, let's drop to 10,000. Alright, coming left on the needles.
Awesome. Fly the Arc at 12 and we're golden.
Yep. Any traffic, Cyborg 2, departing south. 02.
Cheetah 11. Turn right
Coming
heading
up.
340. Descend to 4000. Runway 02 right.
Well, once we're on the Arc, we can go down again.
Yep. Just making the turn here. Alright, on the Arc.
Down to 5,000 now, I believe.
This is 02, huh?
Yeah. You can call for a wind check on approach, right?
Yeah, you want me to?
Yeah.
Yeah, just...
Cyborg 92. Hey, me approach 030 at 37 knots.
Got a little fast, slow it up. A little bit outside the Arc coming in.
Cheetah 11. Turn right heading 020.
How we
Descend
doing on
to
altitude? You
2000.
think we'll make
Vectors
it
to
to
final.
5?
Runway
We're
02 right.
We're good.
Great.
Nosing down a bit.
Cool. And pass that wind check when you get a chance.
I thought he did.
Enemy approach, Cyborg 93, missed approach.
Cyborg 92. Hey, me approach 030 at 37 knots.
Or I can't hear it.
0 at 37.
Say again.
030 at 37.
Okay, I think that'll be doable for me.
Alright, down to 5,000. To be at 3.
Cheetah 11.
Alright, let me know when we're about to turn
course
onto the ILS,
020.
and we can go down to 500.
Copy that.
Cheetah 11. Contact tower on final. Switch to
Alright,
35310.
needles are moving. Starting my right hand. The final.
Alright, 3,500 until 9 DME.
Copy that. Alright, on the needles, 12 miles out.
Great, calling you up, glide slope intercept.
Bingo. Bingo.
Oh, and give me a heads up when you break here now. Switch to tower when you get a chance.
What's the tower free?
I can't tab out.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna work.
It'll tell you, but 353.1.
353.1, copy. Yeah, I gotta wait for him to tell me.
Shit. Oh, that was close. I'm losing, can you put your gear down? I'm losing a lot of stability.
Alright, copy. Gear's coming down. 8 miles out. 3,000 feet.
Oh, I assume you intercepted the glide slope.
Yep. Got the glide slope. Coming left.
We'll check your speed, we should be slowing down.
Facing the needles.
I'm hoping to see a runway.
Me too. Gonna be off our right, I think. Let's see.
Oh yeah, because of the crosswind.
Yep. Four miles. Alright, I got lights left, coming left.
Perfect, me too.
Are we 2-0, right or left?
You take left, I'll take right.
Alright, going left.
Alright, call both our landings on tower.
I never switched to tower.
Okay, don't worry about it then, let's just land safely. We were way below the glide slope.
Yeah, I know. Just land and live.
Amy approach Cyborg 903, entering the hold at Sapkey at 10,000.
Damn.
Did you bust something?
No, I'm good. I'm just captured it down.
Thank God. Me too. Like I said, that's the craziest fucking thing I've ever done. I've been playing this sim for 20 years.
Yeah, I see. I would have just, without you, I would have just flown right to Sapkey.
Oh hey, there's the C-130.
I see it.
He's just making circles on the taxiway.
Alright, I take it we're coming off left.
Yeah, come off left. I got visual rejoining. Go, you're on the ground on the left side.
No, I called misapproach.
Let's go.
Caution. Caution.
Okay, and you have the gas for this?
I'll make it.
To switch to ground when you get a chance, and call off.
Stand by.
Amy approach Cyborg 903, establish at Sapkey 10,000.
.8 is ground.
Alright, 2, I'm at your 9 o'clock next taxiway. You can join on me and we'll taxi the parking.
Request taxi. Confirm.
Two, you gonna go?
So,
I just see you parked there.
yeah, I thought you were gonna go by me.
I'm at your 9 o'clock.
Oh, sorry. Head in the cockpit.
Yeah, if there's confusion, feel free to call visual and blind on the ground too.
Yeah, I was trying to set my, ground.
Well, I'm exhausted, and I gotta fly with my other wing after this too.
Oh, it was my fault. I'm sorry.
No worries. They don't do anything like this. They're not nearly as intense. And three of you commence the approach. You back in the hole.
I'm in the hold, about to depart.
Roger, safe fuel.
800 something.
Oh, you're oh, good luck, man.
340 to home plate.
Yeah, but that's direct.
Hemi approach Cyborg 903, departing the hold
Yeah,
at
gotta catch you on
Sapke
at least
for
one thing,
ILS
stretch
02 right.
Yeah. I'm so busy just with everything else.
I know, so inconsequential, but I am on your 6, so.
It's alright. We'll definitely have lots to talk about in the debrief.
Oh, yeah. That's what I mean.
Any idea who this is?
No idea.
Alright, I'm gonna park. We're gonna see if Goat makes it.
Watch and learn.
It's gonna be on fumes. Man, we were getting pummeled with that AAA.
Yeah, that was definitely not something that I covered in the brief or anything like that.
Well, I flew through a similar one to you. I watched you, by the way, getting when you got hit. And that was intense. I mean, it chased you for quite a while. And then when I was trying to reform, I must have went through the same group because I was getting hammered. I was changing everything I could to get out of it.
Yeah, I know. And they hit me right off. You know, it was like 1 second and then boom, I got immediately hit. Like I'm doing 800 pounds per hour here on the.
Yeah, that's true. Did we really have 37 knot winds?
I wouldn't know. The ED's broken.
Well, that's what when you had me do a wind check. Isn't that what it said?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like 030 to 3.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't have to grab much to get down, so. Get your missiles off on time?
I hope so.
Amy Tower, Cyborg 903, final approach fix, ILS
We
02
talked
right.
about what happened, but I hope I got him off on time. I was trying to deal with a lot of things at once.
Yeah, I mean, I broke away from you at one point to get some separation and timing.
Good, I'm glad, because I was all over the place after I lost my focus.
Yeah, you did a great job keeping it together, though.
Hey, look, there he is, diving for the deck. Oh, God.
Oh. It's gonna break hard.
Oh, yeah, long,
short runway.
We'll have crew chief inspect the brakes.
Good job.
Nice. Wrong direction, but good work. You see the three of us over here?
Nope. The runway lights weren't on.
Yeah, we're at your 1 o'clock, moving 12 o'clock.
Yep. Did we have to... Did you request anything, too?
Yeah, I request parking.
Did you see lights on the runway when you landed?
Yeah.
Oh. Maybe I don't know, I didn't see any. Maybe because you two landed at, like, reset. Because I was looking for lights, I was like, I don't see nothing this time.
Check ports.
I think you could have called it again, right?
Yeah, I didn't think to do that. I just was flying around, then I was like, I don't see anything, and I should see it. I heard the final thing. I was looking too far ahead, then the runway was already, like, there. But the lights were off, so I didn't see it.
How many pounds of fuel you have?
600?
Alright. Hey, that's not too bad. From 800 to 600 in one approach?
Yep.
I mean, I'm at 1700 and I started the approach with 2000, so yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I was also, like, glued to the cruise range page.
Well, I like the 12-mile DME arc, too. That's a lot better. 20s take forever. Alright. Get out now.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut down, back out, we'll debrief. Alright, let me know when you're out.
Raise out.
Well, 2 air kills, that's not bad.
Same here.
Nice.
Wait till you see the ACMI on what everybody's harms did.
Yeah, I forgot to record ACMI, unfortunately.
Ecstasy and whoever else was firing them, they would fire them and then they all go to the backwards. And then I fired 2 of them, you know, the one to 5 and then the one to 4. And they all turned around and went the other way.
Actually, let's burn through this debrief because everyone's in the other channel. I just noted. All right, so let's all talk about how things went from our end during the come out portion, but let's try to keep it a little brief, and then I'll talk also about the returns. From my point of view, yeah, I took us over a area of AAA that I did not brief and was pretty lethal. I got hit. I lost my DED. Sorry, Jambo, we just started our debrief. Do you need us to call it?
No, I just checking on you. So everybody's down, so I can shut the server down and all.
Oh yeah, we are finally down.
Okay, bye.
Okay. So I lost my DED. I lost my MFD, one of my MFDs, and I lost my. So without the DED, I had no ability to change steer points. I tried putting it on the HUD, that didn't work. And with one missing MFD, I had to constantly swap between the FCR and the harm page and the HSD page for situational awareness. I also lost my Flickus, so I put it on digital backup, and I had much reduced control. I had trim issues and the usual Falcon control issues. But I still launched both my harms. Hopefully they hit at the right time. Had to do some maneuvering to get into the right place and speed, but I made it work. Then as I returned back to the cap, I encountered that AAA again, so I went gate, burned up most of my fuel trying to avoid the AAA, flew to the cap. I dragged a MiG-21 with me to the cap, but because I was missing an MFD and we didn't have data link, I had a pretty low situational awareness, so I did not re-engage. I just flew to the cap. I heard you guys taking the MiG-21, so I just stayed clear. But then I picked up the MiG-23s, tried to turn in, but there was an SA2 site that prevented me from getting close to the MiG-23. Heard you guys or someone else pick them up, so let that happen. Good job, everyone. And then finally, 2 MiG-29s showed up on the raw. I did have good SA on those. I was in a great position to fire, so I pressed on those, fired 2 missiles, got 2 MiG-29s. So great work. MiG-21 was too low for me to get, and the MiG-23s I was just not in a good position for, but I was perfect place for the MiG-29, so I took care of those. For the return, obviously, great job, Raymond, taking me in. In real life, obviously, you would expect all of your wingmen to basically know how to fly an arrival and approach, be fully briefed, so that if one guy has a problem, the other guys can handhold them in. But I was happy to help you out by passing you, like feeding you the frequencies and courses and stuff. Not sure what happened on the way to Sapkey. I was planning for us to basically overfly the Tekian and then fly outbound to Sapkey, but we got screwed up. But you dialed it in, used the tools, and the jet got us there. And then from what I could see with my limited SA, you flew the hold well. In real life, I would have definitely crashed into you because the good thing is Falcon doesn't render too much visibility drop in the clouds. So even though I got completely out of position a few times, I was still able to see you. In real life, if we had poor visibility in the clouds, I think I would have definitely either hit you or completely lost you more than once. But Falcon gave us a crutch, so I was able to stay with you, although a couple times I was really losing it, especially when we got slow and I just completely lost control of the aircraft. Putting the gear down definitely helped. And the ILS, not sure how you ended up so low on the glide slope. I'm guessing it's probably because of the winds and just the maneuvering through the turbulence, but obviously we landed safely, good job. And the priorities are aviate, navigate, communicate. There was a lot of communicate going on because I was feeding you fixes and I was trying to keep my SA up. I was asking you questions. I'm just going to be bugging you, and I'm going to assume that you know the priorities are aviate, navigate, communicate. And so if I don't hear back from you, I'm assuming it's because navigation or aviation is taking priority. A couple times when you let the speed get low, that's a clear sign of aviate, navigate, communicate priorities. You got to keep aviate at the top. Make sure you're on top of your speed before anything else. All right, that's it for me. And sorry for leaving my boards open. Let's go to Raymond.
Yeah, so thank you very much for helping me through that. Yeah, because I would have just flown right to Sapkey, so that worked out fine. Yeah, my speed control sucks. I got to pay more attention to that for whatever reason. I get distracted, and then I was messing you up. So I'm trying really hard, but I still was jumping around way too much, so need to work. I thought we had a good plan. Like, yeah, when you got messed up, I definitely had to do some maneuvering to get my harms up, but I think we pulled that off. I had the 21s all around me. I could not see them or lock them up on anything. So it was great that we survived that. I mean, I think that whole air-to-air scenario was just amazing that we didn't get shot down, because between 23s, 29s, and 21s, I felt like I was in the middle of that. But that worked out great. Good communication. All in all, I think it worked out fine. Yeah, I definitely blew the glide, and I saw that coming down. Again, that's just me getting saturated with a bunch of other stuff. But very good lead stretch. I mean, good stuff. I mean, I had a blast. That was fun.
Yeah. Okay, go.
Yeah, so I got my harms off on time, I guess. After that, I felt kind of, it was a little hard to, like, since 4 was allowed to, like, go out and kind of be the wild weasel. It was kind of weird at first to figure out where I should be, but then I just kind of stayed with you guys and we were fine. And I think at the beginning, not everyone was on the same uniform 6, so then we couldn't get from the on-demand. We couldn't get the same like data or whatever. That might be a thing to learn. I don't know. But yeah, then I went misapproach the first time, and second time, I guess the other thing to learn from that is to, if you do go misapproach, just call the tower again. Otherwise, you might not get lights.
Yep. And yeah, to your point, obviously the Dash 3 is going to have a lot of leeway in a no-comm situation like that, so you got to make the judgment calls there, basically. You got to kind of be your own flight lead. And let's go to Shark.
Yeah, switched to 6 and hit enter, but I guess I didn't hit enter hard enough. So that did that. Another thing I noticed too, that I went up to 25, the briefed altitude, and nobody was there. So that was another confusing thing too. And the 350, I did finally catch up with Goat, and he was about to stall, so I just went ahead and went on, and that's where I kind of separate. About that same time, you went ahead and told me to go after 5. Little did I know that when the missile would go the other way. But that was interesting. Again, it didn't happen to me, and you watch the ACMI, and you'll see other missiles going behind the jets. Let's see, went to cap about that time. I think it was Goat went ahead and said change to 6. I went ahead and checked it, and it was there. Okay, so I went ahead and hit enter again, and then started getting some situational awareness. But by that time, all the air-to-air showed up, and I was burning through a lot of fuel. Went down into the 8A again, so I had to burn up a lot of fuel getting out of that. Return home. It was a straightforward flight in, and surprise when I'm going down the runway, lower the nose gear, and boom, it collapses. So I don't know what the deal is with that.
All right, well, I'm very glad that we all made it back. It might have been ugly at times, but we definitely made it work, which is good, so congrats, everyone. All right, let's hop on up to the briefing room.
Awesome, cool. Anyways, good. Thanks for everybody for showing up and coming prepared. I don't have the results just yet, but anyways, if Tornado 9 wants to go with their learning lesson plans, and then start that way.
Well, I would say listen very carefully for the 80s, and if the better minimums just, well, are not what they don't meet the ones specified for the airfield you're trying to land to, just and check the same thing for the divert field and go to the another divert field. Otherwise, I think for us it went pretty much as planned. At least for me, the ships had moved. So on the first pass, I didn't find them. Echoes was able to find his, and when I saw his ships were smoking, I was able to find my ship, since the ship appeared to have been moved, or it had moved from the shipyard, so it was away. And since, well, I was briefed to target the 0.8, which was over the shipyard, I couldn't find it on the initial pass. So another possible learning point could be that don't, if the target is not stationary, prepare for that it might have moved once you get over it, and look for it with the FCR. I guess, at least from my point of view, those would be the main learning points for us.
Awesome. Cool. All right, Duke, what do you got?
No problems with the navigation and timing, but my epic struggle learning how to fire fucking Mavericks continues. So, anyway, I was either shot down or the aircraft was pretty uncontrollable when I was turning off target. So I ejected. Kite got hits on the dock and was able to recover or attempt a recovery, as it were, on the airfield that was taken over by hostile forces. So we've learned never to trust Jambo further in any of his LFDs.
Good learning point. Not everybody is laughing like I am just because I think it's funny, but nobody else was thinking it's funny. So anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh, Stretch, go ahead.
So our learning points. So first of all, I don't have an ACME, so I don't know the timing of our harms if that worked out based on what we practiced. So pending on that, but I think our learning points, the air-to-air coordination went very well because we got pinged by MiG-23s, 21s, and 29s following the launch of our harms, but we took care of it and it went really well. Unfortunately, I had multiple systems failures and I was not nav capable, so I had to have Raymond lead me in for the arrival and the approach. And the learning point there was that all flight members should be fully briefed on the arrival and the approach, so anybody can step up and help if somebody has like a nav failure. And also, obviously, coordination on the departure and the ingress with the come-out procedures. The learning point, of course, there is to be familiar with the brief and to stick to assigned altitudes, and also if you're given leeway to like engage, then make those decisions and commit to them. I would say are my learning points as well.
Cool. Who's the TARCAP? Who was leading that? Polaris.
Okay, learning points for TARCAP. During the startup, my number 3 decided that he needs his TGP, and in 434 you can go out and back in. More than that, most times you have you don't leave your seat, because if you go out, you go in, you have many issues. So he didn't ask, he just went out.
I did ask, you never answered.
He went out, lost the plane. The whole flight started talking instead of starting the engines about what victors someone else's flight was on. So everybody lost the concentration, and until I asked that to be stopped. So my number 4 had an MMC failure. We started up late. We went on the runway late. On the way in, when number 4 couldn't go anywhere, so I asked him to go back. He was shut down. On the approach to Osan, it was my fault because I didn't check what about the restrictions, the locations. It was my mistake. I think I really like it. I liked what you did with it. I don't think we're at the level that we can deal with it. We're not practiced enough or proficient enough about it, but I really like what you did with it. So that's a nice touch. Me and number 2 separated because the cap line was pretty long. So we did individual caps 20 to 30 miles 2 air braces from the threats, and then number 2 got shot down, and then I tried to go after an airplane and got shot down. We lost our mojo, I think, in the beginning, and we tried to cope with it the best we could. And that's it for the tower cap.
Awesome. Panther 1, our learning point is definitely make sure both guys know what they're doing in the flight. And I wouldn't say it was a learning point because it actually, my number 2 had all his stuff together. For some reason, I spent a lot of time creating the mission, but I didn't spend enough time for my own purpose of my own flight. So anyways, I should have had my briefing guides and all that stuff. So that's my learning point, is just be prepared as a flight lead instead of the mission commander as well. So we were able to do what we were supposed to do. We basically got in the area, and we were just the wild weasels to try to light up the SA-4. They didn't light up on us. But anyway, so took some AAA and had no instruments, no anything, and luckily 2 was able to stick with me through all my troubles with staying in altitude. But that's it for that. I do want to mention the harms looked like you guys got really good spacing. 13 seconds late on the first one, but it was a really good job on that. So I just want to say that as mission commander, that was a good job.
Thank you.
The docks were taken out. The warehouse was not. And I'll tell you here in a second about the ships. I know I didn't see them yet, but I'm still going through the ACMI. All right, looks like they both were hit. Okay, so both of them been destroyed, and so that the mission success. Oh, we have Beast. What do you got for us? Are you still here? Giant.
Yep.
All right. What? Anything happened to you over there? What were you doing?
Yeah, like 8 Su-27s. No, nothing happened. No. A bit hard to keep SA on the package when you're in another package. I used the IFF interrogation to get some kind of picture of where you guys were at.
Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I wasn't really prepared to go in as a flight lead, so I was unsure what my flow was on like the RTB and so I kind of.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wish I could have gave you obviously give you more warning, but at the point when you signed up, it was like things are moving around quite rapidly so I was just going to be a last minute thing, see if somebody didn't show up or not. But everybody that signed up showed up, which is great. That's definitely appreciated from a missions creator standpoint. We always try to, when you create missions, you always try to create just enough stuff to make people enjoy themselves, but also not totally trying to kill everybody. I do want to make a point. There was a point that maybe we could have debriefed, not being shot down there at Osan. I can understand that point, but my point is if you read the briefing, you shouldn't have put yourself there. So there's 2 sides to it. So it definitely was a hard lesson learned for sure.
For the record, I saw the humor in it, and my opinion is if that happens like at the end of the mission, you're not really robbed of the flight night.
Yeah, exactly. If I would have done that on the departure, then that would have just been. Unfortunately, that would as a mission builder, that would be completely stupid. I mean, like if I would have put that on the departure end, like that would. I mean, what would be the point of doing that? Nobody's gonna want to fly ever again after that. So, anyways. So I just wanted to comment on that. I personally, if I would have been shot down when I was told not to go into that area, I would basically say it was my fault. Anyways, but you guys have different opinions. That's fine.
Did you see what the harms were doing? you'd fire them and they'd spin around and go behind. I think yours and Ecstasy's did it once, and I had one where I shot and it just spun around and went up and turned around and went behind.
Oh, really? I didn't notice.
Yeah, look at the ACMI. You'll see at least 3 of them and 2 for me.
Yeah, it's weird because I know Stretch and mine went correct. They went straight.
Yeah, I saw that in the ACMI. Those were good, but the other ones, you'll see them when you see it.
I'm pretty sure mine went to shit because for some reason, like even though I was on steer point, my PPT, and it was showing on the HSD that I was on the PPT, it was basically telling me I just overflew it when it was 40 miles ahead of me. So I can imagine mine going backwards for some reason.
Yeah, and same with me. I was shooting at the SAM 4, and it ended up going back to where we took it.
I wonder if it was a cursor 0 thing. I was zeroing mine out.
That thing again? Oh, okay. That's okay. I keep on forgetting about that. Always cursor 0, but that doesn't seem like it should. But definitely a thing to add for each fire.
I'm looking at X's shots. Holy moly!
Yeah, there was something really wrong with that.
That's great. I just noticed something too, Stretch. You guys were overflying that Haeju airbase. I'm surprised that KS-12 didn't shoot you down.
Oh, it did. It all but shot me down. I lost. I was nav incapable. I lost one of my MFDs. I lost my DED. I had no ability to tune TACAN. I had one MFD. I had no ability to change steer points.
I watched the whole thing from 2,000 feet above him, and it was crazy. He was in a cloud of AAA.
Oh yeah, and I lost my Flickus too, which made me almost uncontrollable. But still managed to get my harms off, and thanks to Raymond's generous help, he handheld me back to the air.
Well, I just realized there was an SA-4 by where Tracker was.
Yeah, I noticed that kept popping up on our
So full disclosure, Stretch got us. I was just gonna go direct to Sapke and fuck all this and all this other stuff, but we flew the actual arrival because he walked me through it.
Yeah, let me ask you that. How come you guys decided to go to Seosan?
We decided to go to Seosan because I was having controllability issues and the winds were better at Seosan. They were 030 gusting to like 30 something. For a 0-2 landing at Osan, it would have been a much stronger crosswind. I doubt I would have been able to control.
So it wasn't because you knew that you couldn't get in there because of the AAA?
I think if I had taken one more AAA hit, I would have had to eject.
Because on my way, I was bingo. So on the way back, I went ahead and checked while everything was going on. I checked the ATIS at Osan and Seosan, and it was better for the.
Yeah, the AAA would have been a fun surprise. Sorry, Jambo, but if it means anything, Goat landed with like 600 pounds of gas.
Well, he had to do a missed approach
with the lights out. With the field lights out, it was even.
Yeah, that was another maybe learning point. If you missed approach and go back in and your lead already landed, you might have to call in the approach or whatever. Because I had no lights.
Oh yeah, you needed a call for another unrestricted approach, or vectors. At that point, they were already landed. You could have just joined the approach anywhere. You were the only one there. You were the only one still in the area. It sounded like you went and did another hold and all that stuff. You could have hit Sapke and just direct from Sapke into the approach without holding. I'm not sure if you did that or not.
I tried doing that. The turn took longer, so it looks more like a hold.
Oh, okay.
Did we lose? I guess what I'm trying to understand from the briefing, did we lose all of our escort? Because we just got attacked by 3 different sets of fighters, kind of in our window there. I was trying to figure out how that happened. I mean, I evaded missiles from a 23. We got engaged with 21s, and we had in Stretch shot down 2 29s. What happened there?
Ramon, the escort was ineffective. Escort, bottom line, was one plane in each sector, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
We tried to do the best we could. It was took down 2 J5s, but
yeah. So maybe we just needed more escort, Polaris. Is that what it was?
No, Jambo gave for was supposed to be flight of 4. Within 2 minutes after 5 minutes in the pit, it went down to.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. I understand. Yeah. And I'm not pointing fingers at all, Polaris. I was just trying to understand how that happened.
No, I know. You're asking good questions.
I'll tell you, as a mission planner.
Flights.
Go ahead.
No. I think Ramon is correct. I think the tar cap. It's the tar cap's fault. That's it. Nobody's else's fault. That's it. As far as mission planning, it was a good plan. 4 is more than enough.
Yeah. So as thinking in mission planner's thoughts, is that there's 2 different air bases, and I had spaced the takeoffs about 4 minutes apart. 2 different types of planes, and one of them should have taken off just when the just when the strike was getting close to the target. So it basically, and then the other one will take off a few minutes later, like 4 minutes later. And then the MiG-29s were supposed to be handled by the SEAD because they were supposed to be coming up high. So I don't know if they didn't follow the flight plan that I was trying and the altitude, all that. But
No, Stretch killed 229s.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So we'll take credit for that. But I was just interested with it seemed like we just got, it was bees to honey. It was crazy.
There was only 2 MiG-21s and only 2 MiG-23s. There should have been.
Yep,
we got it.
We got it.
Yeah, we got all of them, which is pretty impressive considering the lack of SA that we had at the time. Though I gotta say, Jambo, I've been playing BMS for 20 years, and this mission is the craziest thing I've ever done in BMS.
Like what part of it?
Oh, just getting shot, the damage that we had, and having Raymond lead me back through the cloud deck and landing in that incredible crosswind and stuff. Easily one of the craziest things I've done. I probably should have just ejected if it were real life.
Dude, I had hydraulic failure. I had no MFDs, no HUD, and I was on my standby generator. I was basically limping back too.
It's one of those missions you tell your kids about.
Yeah, I got to give props to 434 because before 434, if you got hit, it was like either you caught fire and blew up in 10 seconds, or you got some kind of random trim and put it into your airplane. Those are the only 2 things. But now there's like a whole array of possible things, and it's really...
That's why I have a table of fault codes open always.
Speaking of things, 434, is there any way you can reduce the gain on that night vision goggles?
In the clouds, for me, it was blinding if I look down.
No, you can.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't use them, so I don't know.
Well, you could.
It's not like in DCS you can.
You try the visor?
Yeah, you can try Alt-V for the visor.
Yeah, I did that. It's still too blinding.
I'm
just reduce the gain.
Imagining a guy wearing a visor and NVGs at the same time.
That's what you have to do.
Yeah, I didn't use them. I looked at the contrails. Once we got above, the con layer was pretty low. It was 12,000, so I was just sighting contrail.
Trip, I think, found some graphic settings. There is a way to mess with your graphic settings to try to minimize it, but I forget what they were. It was blinding me too.
Well, officially, that's pretty much it, unless somebody else has anything to say.
If memory serves, that last comment, Trip and I were playing around with it, and it has to do with the cockpit reflection. If you have reflections turned on, you're liable to get blinded easier than if you just have the lit blinds.
Those are in the config file, or just somewhere in the universe?
The graphics set.
It's in your settings.
Okay, good.
It's actually a BMS setting. Did you try putting the visor down with your NVGs?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I don't know if that helped or not, but.
Yeah, I gotta go. Thanks for the mission, Jimbo.
All right.
See ya.
Dude. I got about 2 minutes as well. I gotta get ready. Any other comments, questions, gripes, complaints?
That was a good one.
A challenging mission, good fun. Just challenging mission, good fun. Thanks.
All right, it's no problem, guys. We'll have to get another one going next month. I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna plan, but anyways, if anybody's up for the task of creating a mission, please let myself or Echoes know.
Log your flight.
And log your flight. Yes, good reminder. Thank you.
All right, gang. Later.
That's it for me. All right, guys. See ya.
See ya. Thanks, Jambo.
Yep.
See ya. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Must have been quite a surprise on final.
And it wasn't even on final, it was on the arc.
Yeah.
No, I actually agree with the Echoes that the method probably is not the best one to how to teach this kind of thing to people.
What?
I mean, this kind of method that, I mean, they just shoot you down if you try to approach the airport normally. I mean, we didn't do anything specifically wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure if were they on Roar before? I was in the toilet when I was shut down pretty much.
No, I got some kind of Singer, but I saw only Patriot there. I didn't get any warning from an SA-19, which shut me down after all.
I saw when the missiles were flying, I saw a lot of AAAs there, but I'm not sure if they were there earlier. I didn't pay any attention to Roar.
They weren't really. Go ahead, Trip.
I'm wondering, I looked at it on the map that RK-79, there's two areas to it, an A and a B. But I didn't think to look to see if it said that if you enter, you will specifically be shot down. Does it say that?
No. But that's a BMS limitation, and that's why the method is not probably the greatest one here. Because in reality, they would first try to contact you on radio, and second, they would give warning shots, and as the last resort, they would shoot you down. But here, they just shoot you down without any question. They just immediately do it.
Yeah, a big clue would be on the approach plate. On a proper plate, that restricted area would be on there. Is that on Red Dog's?
It should be. So in that sense, Jambo is absolutely correct.